Hello. Everyone knows that cats are weird and hard to understand, so I'm here to make that a little bit easier for you. Today I'm going to inform you about the different ways that cats communicate with humans. I've been doing research for the past couple weeks on this topic, and I also have owned two cats for a couple years now, so I've done a lot of reading and research just to understand them better, so I have a pretty good understanding and I am ready to inform you. Today we'll be covering the signs of aggression that cats show, the attachment that cats form to their humans, and also vocalizations that cats use to communicate. We're going to start off with behavioral problems and aggression. According to an article written by the APACA, aggression is actually the second largest behavioral problems that cats can undergo. And there are many ways that cats show aggression. They typically will start off with a warning sign, which is anything from crouching their head, having their tail curled around their body, their eyes super wide, ears flattened or sideways or backwards. Fearful cats will have their whiskers pan out to assess the distance between them and immediate danger. They will turn sideways from their opponent. They will do an open mouth hissing, or they will do quick strikes with their claws out. There are offensive warning signs that cats also use, which are being stiff and straight, stiffening their rear legs, putting their back end up in the air, a stiff or lowered tail, a very direct stare, upright ears, or growling. There are also 3 direct signs of aggression that cats use, and that is swatting, striking with their paws, biting, fighting, growling or shrieking, or exposing all of their weapons, which include their claws and their teeth. Now that we have discussed aggression in these animals, we're actually going to discuss the more loving side of these animals, which is their affection towards humans and the bonds that they form. According to a study done by Kristen Feidel, they did a kitten attachment test. So they had about 100 kittens, and they would put one kitten in the room with their owner for 2 minutes. They would then leave the kitten alone for 2 minutes, and then they would reunite the kitten with their owner for another 2 minutes. And research found that 65% of the cats actually formed secure attachments with their owner, which meant that they got visibly less anxious when their owner walked in and were just more calm all around. And 35% of cats actually formed an insecure attachment, which means they would hide, or they got super shy, and their owner actually seemed to make them a little more nervous. They also did the same experiment after doing a social training. So they would train the kittens for 6 weeks, and the results remained the same. It was still 65-35. They did the same experiment with adult cats, and results mirrored the original again. And interestingly enough, infants also mirror the same attachment style as kittens. So infants have a 65% secure attachment rate and a 35% insecure attachment rate, which I found extremely interesting. According to an article written by Kim Porkney, cats form bonds and they learn commands a lot similar to the way that dogs do. So they have kitten classes where kittens can learn to play fetch, or go on walks, or learn commands, but they do have to undergo a behavioral assessment before this and react to certain stimuli. And that can kind of determine if your cat is really eligible to learn these commands or not. The best way to do this is from both sides. So the owner and the cat both have to have a very secure attachment with each other in order for the cat to be able to learn these commands. Now that we have talked about the loving, loyal side of these animals, we are going to now talk about the vocalizations that cats make in order to communicate with humans. So obviously cats are known for their classic meow, but you might be missing some communication here and there if you aren't entirely aware of what the other sounds mean. According to an article written by Life with Cats, cats communicate through meows, chirps, vowel sounds, murmuring, or strained sounds. Murmuring is basically a sound with the cat's mouth shut, and it's typically for attention or approval. It could be for acknowledgement, it could be a calling, and it also is used as a greeting with humans specifically. Cats do not meow towards other cats. That was the way that cats learned how to communicate with humans specifically when they became domesticated. Purring is also included in this, which obviously just means happiness. Chirping typically means that they want you to follow or play with them, or they need something from you, or they need fed. It's mostly just they need something from you as a treat. Cats have two type of meows. One is a soft meow, which means that they want pet. It's normally soft and longing. And there's also a loud meow, which means that they are upset with something. They also howl. There are two reasons a cat will howl. It's either because they are distressed and maybe stuck somewhere, or because they are looking for a mate. And both of these sounds very similar, but there's a difference. I'm sure you could listen to me talk about my obsession with cats all day, but all good things must come to an end. So we looked at aggression in cats, we looked at the bond and attachment that cats form with humans, and we also looked at the vocalizations that cats use to communicate with humans. I hope I have successfully informed you on these subjects. And if you have a cat or you're thinking about getting a cat, think again. Long. I love my cats very much. They're loving and loyal animals. But when they're running across your head at 2 in the morning, I'm tending to contemplate my decisions a little bit. So, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed.